Hey, what's going on with y'all? Fellas, ladies, what's good? It's definitely good to see y'all. It's definitely good to be back as always. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all Thanksgiving, y'all holidays, and all that good stuff. Bear with me for a second. I gotta turn the. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all holidays and y'all had a good one. You know what I did? I had made some macaroni. Like, man, fuck you and your macaroni salad. We don't give a fuck, man. Get to the damn topic, man. Hold on for a second. I'm trying to tell you something, man. We don't care, man. Y'all care, man. Nah, but for real, I made some macaroni and cheese, baked macaroni. Man, that was the truth, yo. See, I added a little creamer to mine, like a little half and half. Actually, it's funny. I use a little bit of. I ain't gonna tell you what I use, but I usually use half and half. If I tell you what I use, y'all gonna think I'm nasty or something like that. You're like, man, why'd you use that, man? But they ain't know, the people who I cooked it for, they ain't know until I told them afterwards. They were like, oh, I knew I tasted something sweet. Bullshit. It's just the damn thing. You told me how perfect it was, like, what, a day before, man. Y'all do y'all Black Friday shopping? Can almost feel like depersonalization, huh? Out-of-body experiences, man. You seeing yourself. Imagine you get caught up in an altercation out there, right? Fight, flight, or fight resistance, you know? And you find yourself in a fight that you didn't know was going to break out. It just kind of came out of nowhere. The rush, the intensity, the adrenaline that your body feels. Almost like you're looking at it from another perspective, like from third person or something like that. Like you playing Call of Duty or something like that. But you're not. This is life. This is real. And don't ever forget that. A lot of y'all forget that, and that's the problem. When you forget that, you can't solve the problem at hand. There's no way you can solve the problem at hand. Without being to solve a problem, you have to understand the problem, what's coming, what's the attack. I got to get my ammo ready. I got to get my soldiers ready. What we need. Y'all said you wanted a gunfight, but y'all ain't bring no guns? This is a gunfight, man. Pow, pow. A knife fight, but y'all ain't bring y'all knives. Some of us aren't ready until it actually breaks off. You're never going to be ready, but some of us forget. You get punched in the face in a fight, right? Some people go in there really scared. They start getting loud. They start talking all this stuff. It's almost like it's not even you. Almost like you're speaking from the perspective of somebody else. You're in fear. You start talking tough. And then now you got yourself in a heap of shit. Because now this guy actually might respond with an attack. Now you get the butterflies and all that stuff feeling. You're looking around, man. I can get buried. Everyone's watching right now. Now it doesn't feel real. Derealization right now. Almost like very similar, but don't mix up the two. Because one's an out-of-body experience and one is almost like things don't seem realistic right now. They seem like you're watching a cartoon movie or something like that. As opposed to like depersonalization is you're having an out-of-body experience. Matter of fact, let me read you the definition of what they wrote. Depersonalization. The persistent feeling of observing oneself from outside of one's body or having a sense that one's surroundings aren't real. Common causes of the symptom. Depersonalization can be normal and is the only indicating or underlying disease when feelings become excessive, all-consuming, and interfere with daily living. To break that down to you is that, honestly, if I'm reading the last part and comprehending what they said, is I don't necessarily feel like that's something that can affect everyday life. The thing that's affecting everyday life is the anxiety and depression and the stress that you feel, and that's why you're here, because you can't get to derealization or depersonalization without feeling those three factors. You understand what I'm saying? Excessive sweating, outside of body experiences, especially when you smoke marijuana. When you smoke things like weed, what happens is that you start to pay attention to those problems that you're having a little bit too much, but you're paying attention to them in a fearful way, not from the perspective of actually trying to understand what's going on and how I can fix this. Take a deep breath, man. Take deep, slow, deep breaths. That doesn't always work. When you take deep, slow breaths like that, sometimes you can focus on the problem at hand in the wrong, negative way. You focus in it on a sense like you're like, now you can feel your heart beating faster. You can feel it even more. Now you're thinking about it. Damn, I can feel it even beating even faster. When you go like that, sometimes when you inhale, your heart will tend to beat a little bit faster. I'm going to burn the shit out of that thing when I find it. Did I get it? Burn a little flea. I think the little flea knives that be flying around here, man, they went from upstairs to down here. They traveled and shit. I put the little vinegar thing to try to clear out the problem. Because I know they're gonna go right to the problem. They smell that sweetness, and that little detergent in the bottom was going to help them drown. Smells so good, but they're so stupid. They're going to fly right in there and they're going to drown and not going to be able to get out. I'm falling. I can't get out. Yeah. Don't ever come back in the house. And tell your friend that I just burnt his ass too. Send that message to everyone else out there. Oh, no, you can't tell them, but I hope y'all one of y'all motherfuckers saw it. I'm just playing. Anyway, it's not something you can feel every day, though. It's something that happens. You have to clear the problems at hand, which is anxiety, stress, and depression, and things like that. PTSD, those things, obviously that happens, but you have to face those first before you can go to that next level, which is depersonalization. Obviously, you got here, you're a little bit further than you wanted to go off the shore. And now you're stuck, you can't get back. I'm gonna help you get back. I got you. Lasso. You got lasso on the motherfucking boat, man. Shut the fuck up, man. You saving dolphins? Nah. Nah, I gotta start cutting off, so I'm sorry. But yes, like, you start to see things from now that you reach this level. You start to see things like a lot of the time it can happen also during psychosis. It can also happen during when you're high. You can usually get the psychosis from being high. You don't have to be high to experience this as well. During a fight, you're not ready for it. You hit you in the face. You almost forget that a punch hurts. No matter who throws it, it's going to hurt. Even if a kid punched you right now, like, you know, like a little candy back. You're like, it hurt a little bit. You know it hurt a little bit. When a woman punches you, man, you keep doing this. You stop cheating on me. It hurts a little bit, right? Obviously not going to throw you down, hurt you like that, but you feel the pain. So when you get hit, you almost forget that a punch hurts. And you forget to keep your head back in the game. You're lost now. Now you don't know what's going on. You're worried about everyone else around you and all this other shit. It's like almost like the inner side of seeing the outer body experience. Like you're looking at, you know who you are. You're inside of your body, but you're looking at everything around you. It's like reversed depersonalization. You see what I'm saying? A lot of the time we're not ready for it. We don't understand this thing. You got to understand when you go into a situation, when you go on an airplane, understand that yes, the worst that can happen is death. And it's going to be a very scary plummeting down to your death at thousands of feet death. Understand that and don't forget that. Chances of that happening, very low. Chances of you walking outside and someone pulling out a shotgun and start bucking, very low. Chances of you walking outside, man, fuck you, man. You passed me in line. Like, no, sorry, and he fights you and you can't stop him. Very low, but it can happen. Don't ever forget that. Anxiety, depression, panic attacks, it can happen out of nowhere. Even when you're smoking that chronic, it can happen out of nowhere. I know the first time I experienced panic attacks, it happened when I was smoking chronic. Yes, this right here, but not no more. I understood it. I used to run away from it all the time. Don't just ignore it. Address it. Then you can start to ignore it when it comes back. Like an annoying neighbor. Knock, knock. I got these cookies here, man. Like, you just moved in. Man, fuck those cookies, man. Don't ever forget about it. Instead, understand it. Understand what it does, how it does it, and how you can defend yourself from it. Start to love yourself a little bit more. Some of us don't. We blame ourselves for things that we didn't do or things we can't change. If I was only there a couple hours earlier, man, he wouldn't die. My uncle wouldn't die, blah, blah. Don't do that stuff. It's not your fault. When it's their time to go, it's their time to go. Same thing goes with you and me and her and your kids and your son and your mom. Daddy, your grandfather. Can't change that. It just happens. You can say that that person left too early. It wasn't his time to go yet. Yeah, it was. Unfortunately, it was his time to go. We'll never know the reason why until we die. But while we're here, there's a lot of things we can do, and I'm here to give you some of the answers. Once you're able to address the problem, understand it, and be like, okay, this is what's happening. I feel like, things around me don't seem real. I'm kind of looking at the experience like that time, like when it does break out. Whether you're high or sober, you just got to remember that this is what happens when that happens. When it gets to that part. It's almost like a fight, flight, or resistance. Like it's almost in its own category of feeling that depersonalization. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think there's no medicine in the world that can cure that. I don't give a fuck if they say they have one. I don't even gotta look that up. There's some things you just can't fix. You can't give someone medicine to get rid of PTSD. You just can't do it. Here's this pill, get rid of your PTSD. No, it won't do that. You can't get rid of flashbacks and things like that. You just can't. You can't get rid of seeing something and unseeing it. You can't unsee an out-of-body experience. That's the only way you can be rid of it. You can almost unsee the symptoms that come with anxiety. But symptoms that come with depersonalization are the same that come with anxiety. So you have to fix that first before you get to this level. So when you're here now, try to fix those 3 things I discussed earlier: depression, anxiety, stress, which they all kind of join each other together. A little joint account thing. I'll put my money in that account. I don't trust you. Type of thing, but not in a positive way. You can beat these things, taking slow breaths and deep, slow breaths. That can work, but you have to be in touch with yourself. Understand that when you're having these problems, you're going to start to feel your heartbeat beat a little bit faster. You're going to feel your chest, feeling that palpitation through your chest. You're going to feel it beating like that, real hard. Feel like it just wants to come out, but it doesn't want to come out. You're just feeling this. A lot of time when you're high, it gets more intense. You think on things a lot harder. You focus on what's happening to your body a lot more than people do when they're sober. And when you're sober and you're having an out-of-body experience with depersonalization, you're focusing on the things that don't seem real right now too much, just like a person that's doing drugs. It's all the same thing. They can just be a little bit more intense due to the drugs. We all get the same experience. You don't have to be high. You don't have to be going through a psychosis. People with schizophrenia also. I am looking at something at the same time. I normally don't do this, but because I want to go off of what they say and give you my thoughts on it. People with schizophrenia. I'm not going to read, but schizophrenia, we all know what that is, right? People with this, feeling detached from oneself, thought disorder, and delusion. Obviously, those are out-of-body experiences as well. Delusional. When you're having a dream, when you're sleeping, I mean, that's an out-of-body experience as well. The depersonalization doesn't want to be a negative thing. Dreams aren't always negative, are they? They're positive. You can learn something from a dream. I had a dream one time where I had 2 dreams that were crazy as hell, and they affected the rest of my life afterwards. There's only going to be a couple of dreams in your life that you're going to have like that. But you'll have a dream that's going to actually collide with what's going on with the rest of your life. Maybe the next day, maybe a month or 2 later, but it's going to happen. Dreams like this, like for instance, when you fall off a building or something like that and you actually hit the ground. There's rumors that you actually get a little bit taller. I don't know. I never had dreams like that. It's probably why I'm 5'9". You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had a dream one time where I actually, I got killed, shot, murdered, and I saw myself dying and bleeding out. Looking it up, you know, when you look up the dreams, I think people's like perspective and their thoughts on that and their wisdom, but what they can feel from that, interpret from it, I agree with that. I believe in it. Is that they said that it's almost like it shoots away what was once you and it becomes the new you. Now get this, as this was going on, I was like going through life changes, big time changes. I was on my way to move to all across to California, man, the west side, 5 hours away by plane ride, you know, 2-day drive and hotel stays and shit like that, all the way across with no family and no nothing. I'm just gonna make my mark out here and I'm gonna make it happen because I'm ready to do this. Got Chinese fortune cookie. I cracked it open and said, your dreams will work out. I said, man, what gonna stop me now? So your future plans will work out for you. And I was like, shit, man, that's too many signs. Took a picture of that fortune cookie. And I kind of fed off of the signs and what's going on around me. So what I'm trying to bring here, the point is that things that are outside of your body that you're experiencing don't always have to be a negative thing all the time. You can feel it in positive ways as well. And I did, no matter how it ends up or whatever. Right now, this is a positive experience. So look at it that way. Once you're able to get rid of those 3 things that are holding you back, I think you can get a lot further through these endeavors that you're having right now. It's causing you to go back a little bit. Happens all the time. through different sources, from different ways, different experiences. We all have them. Y'all take it easy out there. Y'all be safe. And just try to understand that, really fix those problems, work on the best you can. And I think you can get, once you ain't got to get to this level right here. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, don't always look at it in a negative way. And when you do, address it and understand this. You do the same thing when it's positive. This is great. This is fun. I enjoy this. This is beautiful. When it's bad, you're like, I don't know what's happening right now. You know what's happening. Address it. Make sure to like and subscribe, y'all. Peace.